So over the past couple of months, we have been busy trying to determine the best watch from $6,000 to $7,000, where we conducted polls in a bracket style tournament, and it's finally time to reveal the results. So if you're not familiar with this is where we ask all of you to pick watches in a tournament in each head-to-head matchup. So how this ended up going is we started with a field of 60 watches, put them into a form where we asked all of you to pick your top 10 among that list of 60 watches on the list. In order to be placed in the tournament, the watch needed to be in the top 16 of receiving top 10 votes, with the seeding being determined by the percentage of times that watch was selected in the top 10 in forms submitted. In simpler phrasing, the watch that was selected and appeared in the top 10 the most across forms cast would be the number 1 seed, with the others following in order of their percentage. So this price range is an important one, as this introduces some of the icons of the industry, as well as brands that we have yet to see in tournament history, like, of course, the crown Rolex. Of the field of 16, 7 watch brands are represented, adding one more to the mix than the 6 that appeared in the previous tournament, looking at the $5,000 to $6,000 price range. Before we look at the field of 16, let's call out the first 6 that just missed the cut. Ranking at 22nd was the Breitling Chronomat Automatic GMT at 40 millimeters. 21st was the SBGJ 259, the Bamboo Path. At the 20th position was the IWC Portofino Chrono. 19th, the Glasuto Original 60s 39 millimeter. 18th was the Breitling Navitimer Automatic GMT at 41 millimeters. And then the one just missing the cut at the 17th position, a brand that you might not suspect here, but really interesting to see them just outside. We have Nomos with the Zurich World Timer, sitting at the 17th position in top 10 votes. So we just went live with several holiday promotions on teddybaldessart.com. Now, some of these promotions are only going to last for a limited time, so if you are in the market for a new watch, you're gonna wanna check these out very soon. Promos include a free marathon watch with select purchases from the brand, gift with purchases from brands like Longines, Glasuto Original, Unimatic, Mito, Oris. We also have discounts on straps, and also a complimentary gift card added to your order with select purchases. Now, these are only active for a limited time, so act fast before you miss out, and also check out the link in the description down below for a full breakdown. It's a page that will have all of these holiday season offers in one place so you can know more. As always, thank you guys so much for the support, and happy holidays to all of you watching. Now let's introduce the final 16 that's going to take part of the tournament. At the 16 seed, we have the Tag Heuer Carrera Glass Box, 39 millimeters, receiving 23.5% of top 10 votes. This is the first of 3 chronographs to make the cut into the round of 16. At the 15th position, we have an Omega Seamaster Aquaterra, the Shades Edition. These were first unveiled in 2022. These received 25% of top 10 votes. At the 14th position, another Tag Heuer with another Carrera, looking at the Skipper, getting 26.3% of top 10 votes. This is the second of 2 Tag Heuers on this list. At the 13th position, we have the Omega Seamaster 300 on strap, receiving 27% of top 10 votes. This is solely looking at the strap version, not the flat link, as that will get into the next price tier. At 12, we have a brand that has been involved in many of the previous tournaments, Tudor, with the Black Bay Steel and Gold GMT on a bracelet. This watch received 29.4% of votes. The brand has had at least 2 in the round of 16 for the last 3 tournaments, and has had representation by at least 1 watch in the past 6 tournaments. So Tudor has absolutely dominated in previous tournaments. So in other words, Tudor has been on a roll. At the 11th seed, we have a Grand Seiko with the SBGJ 249, known as the Show, receiving 30.7% of top 10 votes. This is the only mechanical Grand Seiko to make the tournament here today. Now at the 10th seed, we have another Aquaterra added to the field with the Teakwood editions. In the forms submitted, these appeared in the top 10 34.9% of the time, and the Teakwood is going to sit higher in the seeding compared to the Shades. At the 9th position, we have an IWC with the Mark 20, receiving 36% of top 10 votes. This is on the bracelet. Previously, in the last tournament, we saw it on the strap. As a point of reference, the strap version in the previous tournament was at the 7th seed, so it does move down a couple seeds with the fiercer competition at this price range. At the 8th seed, a bestseller from Grand Seiko with the SBGA 413, the Spring from the Four Seasons collection, receiving 37.6% of top 10 votes. Then at the 7th seed, we have the Cartier Santos Dumont Extra Large Mechanical, receiving 39.2% of top 10 votes, and this is the only Cartier to advance to the round of 16. At the 6th seed, we have the first Rolex to appear in tournament history. It was one of 2 eligible to advance to the round of 16, and people voted it in with 39.5% of the vote, the Rolex Oyster Perpetual 36mm. At the 5th seed, we have our 3rd and final Aquaterra type to enter the field of 16 with the lacquer dial edition, and it came in with 43.1% of votes. 2 seeds ahead of the 36mm Oyster Perpetual is the 41mm Oyster Perpetual. There were 2 Rolexes in the initial form that were eligible to be in the field of 16, and people voted them in. This Oyster Perpetual at 41mm gets 47.4% of top 10 votes. Then at the 3rd position, we have the Omega Seamaster Diver 300 m. This is the Summer Blue edition. This is going to be slightly more expensive than the conventional Diver 300, hence why it's in this one and not the previous video. To claim its 3rd position, it came in with 48.8% of top 10 votes. Then at the 2nd position, we have a Grand Seiko, the SPGA 211, known as the Snowflake. It received 56% of top 10 votes, and it's higher than normal for a 2 seed in terms of percentage. This percentage for top 10 votes would actually have been enough to be the #1 seed in the 3K tournament, just to give some context there. Also, this is the 2nd time in tournament history that Grand Seiko is able to claim a 2 seed or higher in a tournament. And then at the 1 seed, we have an easy win here for the Omega Speedmaster Moonwatch Professional Hezolite with 84.7% of top 10 votes. This is the highest percentage of top 10 votes ever in tournament history. The highest previously was from the $6,000 tournament, where the top seed got 75.8% of votes. It's a very decisive victory. You're looking at a 61.2% separation from the 1 seed to the 16 seed. That is the largest spread in tournament history, just edging out the previous tournament of 54.6% change between the lowest and highest seeds. Omega had the most watches to appear at this price, with 6 watches advancing in the field of 16. That is tied for the most by any brand in tournament history. Grand Seiko is the 2nd most appearing name, with 3 watches advancing, followed by Tag Heuer and Rolex with 2 each. So now we have the field selected, all the seeds have been determined. Now it's time for the round of 16. So our first matchup of the round of 16 comes with the #1 seed going up against the 16 seed, the Omega Speedmaster Moonwatch Professional Hezolite, versus the Tag Heuer Carrera Glass Box. This was a pretty sizable victory. The 1 seed moves on. Speedmaster gets 86% of the vote versus the 14% that goes for the Tag Heuer. This is the 2nd largest win in tournament history. Now moving along to the 2nd matchup, we have the Grand Seiko SPGA 211 Snowflake going up against the 15 seed, the Omega Seamaster Aquaterra Shades, and the Aquaterra Shades are going home with 68% of the vote going to the Snowflake. So the first of 3 Aquaterras goes down in their first matchup. Now matchup 3, we have the 3 seed going up against the 14 seed, the Omega Seamaster Diver 300 m Summer Blue, versus the Tag Heuer Carrera Skipper. So the Skipper is trying to redeem what happened in the first matchup of this round. Can the Tag Heuer move on? No, Omega wins again with the Seamaster Diver 300 m receiving 65% of the vote. Both of the tags are skipping out of the tournament. Now matchup 4, the 4 seed Rolex Oyster Perpetual 41mm going up against the Omega Seamaster 300 on strap, and the 4 seed moves on with 67% of the vote going to the Rolex. Rolex beats out Omega in this matchup here. Now we have the 5th seed, the Aquaterra Lacquer Dial, going up against the Tudor Black Bay Steel and Gold GMT on bracelet. So the Aquaterra is looking to avenge the shades going down, and it does, with 68% of the vote going to the Lacquer Dial. The 12 seed Black Bay goes home, and it's very strange to see a Tudor go home and not advance to the next round. This is actually the first time that Tudor has made an appearance in one of these tournaments and not had representation go all the way to the round of 8. Now matchup 6, we have the Rolex Oyster Perpetual 36mm at the 6 seed going up against the 11 seed Grand Seiko SPGJ 249. And just edging it out is an upset here. We have the 11 seed moving on. The Show goes on to the next round, receiving 51% of top 10 votes. Then at the matchup 7, we have the Cartier Santos Dumont Extra Large Mechanical going up against the 10 seed Omega Seamaster Aquaterra Teakwood Edition. And then the 10 seed, the Aquaterra, moves on. So 2 of the 3 Aquaterras move on in back-to-back upsets in our tournament. Aquaterra receives 51% of the vote. And then for the final matchup of round 1, we have the 8 seed versus 9 seed, and the 8 seed advances with the Grand Seiko SPGA 413 receiving 64% of the vote compared to the IWC Mark 20. So now we've narrowed down the field to just 8 watches, so let's go into the next round here of matchups. The first seed going up against the 8 seed, we have the Omega Speedmaster Hezolite up against the Grand Seiko SPGA 413, and the Speedmaster moves on with 73% of the vote. This is another point of domination for the Omega Speedmaster, moving along to the final four. Matchup 2 in the round of 8 is the 2-seed Grand Seiko SPGA 211, the Snowflake, against the Aquaterra Teakwood, and the Snowflake moves on with just 56% of the vote. So a more narrow victory here compared to some of the others that we've seen so far, but Grand Seiko gets its revenge after the previous loss in that first matchup. Now matchup 3, the 3-seed, the Omega Seamaster Diver 300 Summer Blue Edition, going up against the 6-seed Grand Seiko SPGJ 249, and the show goes down and it's shoo-shooed out of the tournament by the Omega Seamaster Diver 300 meter. Matchup 4 is Rolex versus Omega again, with the 4-seed Rolex Oyster Perpetual 41mm beating out the Aquaterra Lacquer. This was a tough matchup. I felt like these could match up really well against one another, but the Oyster Perpetual wins pretty easily at 64% of the vote. This is the second largest margin of victory this round, despite these watches being the closest in their seating. Now we move along to the final four. We started with over 60 watches, we're down to just 4. Now the matchup 1, the Omega Speedmaster, trying to keep its momentum going, and it's going up against the 4-seed. So a tougher opponent here. We have the Rolex Oyster Perpetual 41mm. This could be a close matchup, but actually it wasn't. The Oyster Perpetual goes down pretty easily, only receiving 24% of the vote, while the Omega Speedmaster gets 76% of the vote. So pretty hard draw for the Oyster Perpetual, bigger margin of victory here for the Speedmaster compared to when it went up against the SPGA 413. The second matchup of this round is the Grand Seiko Snowflake, the 2-seed, going up against the 3-seed Omega Seamaster Diver 300 meter, and the Diver 300 meter goes down, only receiving 42% of the vote compared to the Snowflake's 58%. So you had two Omegas advance to the round of 4, one of them goes down and one of them moves forward. So now there are only 2 watches left. We have our championship round, and these watches are so drastically different from one another, so it is tough to put both of them against each other, but we have to do it, and we had to let you all vote on it. So we have in one corner the Omega Speedmaster. It's a watch that is so consistent with its design. It's been around for decades, and easily one of the most iconic watches ever. On the other side, you have one that has helped develop a brand as a mainstay in the conversation among collectors with the Grand Seiko SPGA 211. I am not sure Grand Seiko would be at the heights that they currently are today if it was not for this watch. This really put them on the map, and you can't speak enough about the spring drive caliber with the 9R65 on the inside, titanium case, as well as that beautiful dial and that sweeping second hand. It's a package that is so hard to beat and unlike many other propositions in the industry. We started with over 60 watches, we narrowed it down to just 2, thousands and thousands of votes cast throughout the tournament, and there can only be one winner. And the winner of this tournament between the Grand Seiko SPGA 211 versus the Omega Speedmaster goes to the Speedmaster. The number 1 seed goes all the way and clean sweeps the competition with 72% of top 10 votes going to the Speedmaster. That is the largest margin of victory in championship round history, and I can't say that I'm that surprised. I know sometimes you'd like to see some upsets and have things go unexpected, but I think the whole pool here was well constructed, and people ultimately, I think, picked the right watch. If we're just looking at iconic and how can I maybe get the best or most no-brainer watch for the money, it's hard to vote something else to be winning here other than the Speedmaster. But that is the take here today, guys. You voted on the winner here of the Speedmaster. Are you happy with the end result? Do you disagree with the end result? Leave some comments down below. And do you want us to continue this looking at the $8,000 price tier? That will be very interesting, and I think that'll be a much more difficult pool to look at. That's where you're gonna see watches like the Rolex Explorer come into play. You'll see the Datejust with the steel smooth bezel. The Speedmaster Sapphire Sandwich is there, the Rolex Air King, the Seamaster 300, the first Omega in space, the Planet Ocean. You have different IWC Pilot chronographs on straps also being there. So the competition is gonna be fierce at that $8,000 price range. So if you wanna see that, let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you enjoyed these videos, another great indicator is by giving this video a thumbs up. Really do appreciate that as well. Definitely check out teddyball.com. Teddyball.com is an authorized dealer for over 30 brands. Every purchase from our website comes with quick and fast fulfillment, dedicated customer support, and a full factory warranty for all the products that we offer. And you definitely want to check out the Black Friday and different holiday offers we have going on right now. Definitely want to act fast as well because they're not going to be there for a long period of time. But guys, thank you again so much for watching. Be well, and I will see you all very soon.